Bottom line is that everything gets sold on the basis of, or purchased on the basis of, a value analysis or business case.
Hello, I'm with Bill Carson again. Welcome back, Bill.
Thanks, John. Great to be back here.
Bill, we had a great discussion about value propositions last time, and,
Yes.
and I really loved the way you talked about the fact that it needs to be different for each people, and the relationship between the commercial insight and the value proposition and the journey you need to take them, the
Yes.
thinking journey you need to take
Yes.
your customer through,
Yes.
or collaboratively with them to ultimately develop the value proposition.
Yes.
Great message. It really came home to me, though. The value proposition is more than one statement, isn't it, or one statement for each individual.
Yeah.
There's needs to be more depth in this commercial world.
Yes.
They need to understand what the real value from a monetary point of view
exactly.
and profitability point of view is, don't they?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, again, if we break apart the word value, then what is it? Value is benefits minus costs. So one of the critical components of a salesperson, sales professional's work in their conversations with buyers is to actually unravel what are the current costs that they're currently experiencing and what would be the opportunity gains or benefits in a dollar number. And everything can be converted to a dollar. And it's critically important, because if a seller brings a solution and hasn't created a value analysis / business case with the buyers, then it's really hard for them to make that decision. And in fact, this is where most sellers get pushed down on price, because they haven't created the value.
So in going through that whole journey we've been talking about so far, which the discovery process, the questions you ask, the insight you bring to the table, and then driving through to a concept of a value proposition.
Yes.
It's really not going to stick unless you can have the numbers that prove it.
Absolutely. And a classic example was some time ago working with a particular manufacturing company, and the seller was just always being bashed on price. And then by learning this methodology, what he then started to do, and he shared a particular example, price pressure came on, and he unraveled and explored all the value elements in the solution, all the additional things that they could bring, which in the past he just used to give away. Now he put a value on all of them, and that offset in the buyer's mind what the value analysis was, and he got this substantial deal and didn't give any margin away.
And if you do that, it helps enormously, in my experience, when you come to negotiation, because when they want to start negotiating individual points of your solution, the value you bring to the table, or the costs, then it's very easy to say, okay, well, we can unassemble parts of our solution, but if we take that out, this is the value we're taking out.
Yep,
and as soon as you say that, well, hang on a second, that's critical for us.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's so necessary. So this is where selling and negotiating come together. People often will, kind of banding around negotiating, but unless you're actually negotiating value elements, then it's a compromised sell and compromised solution scenario.
Okay, well, that's a great point. So if we said, what's the bottom line on this discussion around putting a business case together and putting numbers on the value, what's your bottom line?
My bottom line is that everything gets sold on the basis of, or purchased on the basis of, a value analysis or business case. So every seller should be thinking about how they draw out the current costs of the problems and the situations, and then what the upside opportunities are.
And of course, we all know selling is selling to people, and emotions get very heavily involved. So even if they emotionally want to get this solution, they need to justify it with real numbers now to make it easy to get it through. Yeah,
and this is where, if you combine the combination of the rational, logical, here's the numbers in the business case, and then here's the emotional reasons why we do it, you put those two together, significantly increase win rates.
Bill, I love it. Good insight. Thank you very much.
Thanks, John.